Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for more details.
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Reggie, I just sold my car online.
Let's go, Grandpa. Wait, you did?
Yep, on Carvana. Just put in the license plate, answered a few questions, got an offer in minutes. Easier than setting up that new digital picture frame.
You don't say.
Yeah, they're even picking it up tomorrow. Talk about fast.
Wow, way to go. So, about that picture frame.
Forget about it. Until Carvana makes one, I'm not interested.
Car selling made easy. On
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
What's up, Canuck fans? Welcome to The Line Change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast, which is a presentation of DraftKings Sportsbook, as well as a proud member of the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, every team, everywhere. And you are not going to believe this bombshell that has just been dropped. Well, not just dropped per se, as this came out a couple hours ago now, but it has absolutely turned the Evander Kane situation on its head. I'm talking about a monumental report coming in directly from Rick Dhaliwal. We can now officially confirm the trade is on. The Vancouver Canucks have granted Evander Kane and his agent permission to help facilitate a trade out of Vancouver. This is huge. This is the official green light for a move. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what this means for his massive contract and what the Canucks are looking for. And the three teams that have been linked to him, you already know who they are: the LA Kings, the Colorado Avalanche, and the Dallas Stars. Now, if you think about it, we heard about the potential for Sherwood being traded and the Canucks working with his agent to facilitate a trade prior to him being traded 2 days prior, in fact. So if we're following that same, trajectory for Kane, he'll likely be playing his last game as a Canuck, perhaps tomorrow night, against the very same team that the Canucks traded Kiefer Sherwood to. There's also a possibility that Sherwood could very well be in the lineup tomorrow night, as he has been skating with the Sharks the last few days or so, which would put a potential Kane trade occurring on Wednesday or maybe even Thursday. So let's go ahead and check it out right now. Another member of the Vancouver Canucks might be heading out the door. Forward Evander Kane's agent, Dan Milstein, has been given permission by the Canucks to help facilitate a trade. Czech TV's Rick Dhaliwal reported on Monday Kane's name had been mentioned in trade talks, as the Vancouver native is in the final year of a 5-year contract he signed with the Edmonton Oilers, which carries a cap hit of $5.1 million. The 34-year-old was traded from Edmonton to his hometown Canucks ahead of the 2025 NHL draft in exchange for a fourth-round pick. He struggled to make an impact on the now rebuilding Canucks with 9 goals and 24 points in 51 games. However, he has points in 3 of his last 5 games. The Canucks are firmly in sell mode, shipping out former captain Quinn Hughes to Minnesota in December and top scorer Kiefer Sherwood to San Jose about a week ago. So, as I mentioned, we could potentially see a Evander Kane trade as early as Wednesday, maybe Thursday, which absolutely sucks because I'm going to be at work both of those days. Unless the trade happens like in the early morning, early afternoon, then I'm good and I can get you guys a video about it right away. But as you can tell, I'm happy about this. I've been saying all along that the trade that brought Kane here didn't make any sense whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. I liked Kane back in his Vancouver Giants days, but that was a long time ago. I also felt as though the Kane trade was an oopsie by the Canucks because at the time of the trade, Brock Besser hadn't re-signed yet, and they were eyeing Kane as a replacement, so they pulled the trigger on the trade, and then Besser ended up staying and re-signing with the Canucks. So it was like, well, why did we do that? No, that was a head scratcher. But hey, I was willing to give him a shot, give him a chance, and he's been mediocre. And that's been nice, 24 points in 51 games. Sure, he's got points in 3 of his last 5, but it's the penalties, the dumb penalties Kane would take. I get it. That's the type of player that Kane is, but still, stop taking dumb penalties, especially at dumb moments of the game or even in the offensive zone. I will admit he hasn't been taking as many bad ones as of late, at least not that I've noticed. Granted, I haven't watched the last few games or so correct me if I'm wrong on that. I've just wanted this guy off this team for so long now, and it's potentially, well, not potentially, but it's finally happening. Now, here is where the question lies, though. Where will he land? We talked about Colorado and Dallas just the other day. We've talked about the Kings. We mentioned the Oilers and how the Canucks tried to essentially sell him back, but they said, my gut, I'll admit, is leaning towards Dallas. Although I will have to admit, I don't know why, but it just is. I did see something. Someone pointed something out on, I believe it was social media. Apparently Kane followed, what was it? Some sort of dealership or real estate in Dallas. And someone noticed it on social media. And they're like, did Kane just give away where he's being traded to? Is he actually going to Dallas? Take it with, pinch of salt. But like I said, my gut is leaning towards Dallas. But before we continue, I want to thank my main and primary sponsor, none other than DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Never experienced the jaw-dropping moments that make hockey? Well, you can experience them all with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-9777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through per wager may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. Copyright NHL 2025, all rights reserved. I'd like to thank my secondary sponsor, none other than Gassy Jack Art, maker of this amazing art like you see right here in front of you, and you guys can check them out yourselves at gassyjackart.com. All right, let's dive right back into it. Obviously, the big question is what's going to be the return? Could the Canucks get back what they paid for Kane in the first place, which was a 4th-round pick? Would they be able, to get maybe even a 3rd-round pick for Kane, depending on who comes up with an offer for the Canucks? And potentially that could be Dallas, as we mentioned before. But as I said, my money is on Dallas right now. I think he'd make a good fit over on that team. They're wanting to go on a playoff run and get back to the Western Conference Finals, where they were last year, losing out to Kane and his team at the time, the Edmonton Oilers. We all said that the Canucks were going to start making moves, and it looks like we're on the precipice of just that. Like I said, we could potentially be seeing a Evander Kane trade, going through, as early as Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Obviously, for those of you who follow the rest of the league, will have probably noticed that former Canuck Carson Soucy was traded from the Rangers to the New York Islanders. So that trade went through earlier today. And hey, at least that's not that bad of a move. I mean, well, Soucy probably doesn't even have to move, as that was quite an interesting trade, to say the least. So there it is. The bombshell has been dropped from Rick Dhaliwal. Evander Kane and his agent now have the explicit permission from the Canucks to help facilitate a move. This is no longer a trade rumor. This is official. The trade is on. The ball is in Kane's court, and every team around the league knows he's available. The question now shifts from if he will be traded to when and where. I want to know what you think. Drop your trade packages, your fantasy destinations, and your instant reactions in the comment section down below. Which team is going to make the call and land Evander Kane? Will it be LA? Will it be Dallas? Will it be Colorado? Or could it be maybe even a wild card team? So let me know in the comments down below. If you were shocked by this news, smash that like button right now. And hang on. Yeah, if you were shocked by this news, smash that like button right now. And if you want to be the first to know the minute this deal goes through, make sure you are subscribed and have those notifications turned on. Also, if you're interested in some line change merchandise, go ahead and check out our merchandise store. We are currently selling our 1-year anniversary collection, which is now available with our completely redesigned logo, both in blue and green, as well as our skate version of the logo. And even I must say, those black hoodies with the skate logo look absolutely magnifique. So do the white ones. So go ahead, check that out, thelinechangepodcast.threadless.com. Also, if you want to have more discussions and conversations such as this one, join our official Discord. There is a link to it in the description down below. It's completely free to join, so go ahead and do so. You can also find and interact with us on social media. We're everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, even Blue Sky. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. Speaking of platforms, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us. It is, of course, greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the podcast. Something else that helps out the podcast, and hey, if you had a favorite episode that you just couldn't get enough of and just want to watch over and over again, go ahead and download your favorite episode. That too also really helps out the podcast. And of course, if you do, we are obviously greatly appreciative of that. And thank you very much. So thanks for tuning into this breaking update, and I'll catch you on the next Line Change.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Robbins. Look, the time is here. It's 2026, and everybody talks about having a new year and a new life. But what do most people do? They create a few resolutions, and in the end, they don't really do anything. If you want this to be the best year you've ever had in your life, it's going to take a new tool, a new strategy, a new momentum, and maybe a new community of people to hang out with. So come join me for the Time to Rise Summit. I do it only once a year. It's coming up January 29th through the 31st. There's absolutely no charge for it, but it'll be an experience I promise you will not forget. It'll give you momentum, a plan, and a strategy to make 2026 the best ever. If you're up for that and you're hungry for more, come join me. There's no cost for it whatsoever. Just go to timetorisesummit.com. timetorisesummit.com. I'll see you there.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.